In a small town nestled between rolling hills and clear blue skies, there lived a young man named Jack. Jack was well liked for his kind heart and warm smile, but despite his kindness, he often felt overlooked and undervalued, especially by his friends and family. Jack worked hard at the local mill, but his efforts seemed to go unnoticed. At home, his ideas were often brushed aside, and among friends, he was the one whose plans were always last to be considered. This didn't sit well with him, and deep inside he yearned for a change. One quiet evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills, Jack took a walk to clear his mind. He wandered to the outskirts of town, where the old, wise Zen master lived. Zen master was known for his wisdom and was respected by all in the town. Jack hoped he could offer some advice. As Jack approached Master's simple house, he saw the old man sitting on the porch, whittling wood. Master greeted him with a nod, and Jack poured out his troubles, speaking of his longing to be taken seriously and to gain the respect he felt he deserved. Master listened intently, then shared 5 precious lessons that Jack could use to change his life. "Firstly, Jack," Master began, "learn to say no. You can't please everyone, and trying to do so will only wear you down. People respect those who have their own opinions and can stand by them." Jack nodded, understanding that his eagerness to please had often led him to agree to things against his better judgment. "Secondly, stop complaining," Master continued. "Everyone has troubles, and adding yours to their burden won't win you respect. Instead, be the source of positivity in others' lives." Jack thought of times he'd shared his woes, only to see others' eyes glaze over. "The third thing to remember," the Master added, "is not to always be available. If you're always there, people take you for granted. Make them realize your worth by showing that your time is valuable." Jack realized he had always been too eager to offer help, making him seem less valuable. "Fourthly," Master said, holding up 4 fingers, "always keep your word. If you say you'll do something, do it. Your word is your bond, and when people know they can rely on you, they will respect you." Jack knew he hadn't always followed through on his promises, seeing now how this affected his standing with others. "And lastly," Master concluded, "strive to better your situation. While money isn't everything, poverty can unfortunately influence the way people see you. Work hard, save, and invest in your future." Jack understood. His lack of ambition may have led others to see him as less capable or successful. With these lessons in hand, Jack thanked Master and left, feeling a new sense of purpose. He started to implement the wisdom in his daily life, and the changes were soon apparent. First, he practiced saying no. At work, when asked to do unreasonable overtime that would interfere with his own projects, he politely refused. His friends were surprised when he declined to join every gathering, choosing instead to spend time on his hobbies and self-improvement. He stopped complaining, and instead, he became a source of good vibes. He shared stories of hope and joy, and soon, people sought his company for the light he brought into their lives. Jack made himself less available, which was challenging at first, but as he did, something remarkable happened. People began to seek him out, valuing his presence more when it was a choice rather than a given. He also became meticulous about keeping his word. If he promised to help a friend or complete a task, he did it. No excuses. This reliability built trust, and with trust came respect. Finally, Jack focused on his finances. He saved diligently and learned to invest wisely. Over time, he moved up at the mill, earning a better wage, and even started a small side business that flourished. Months passed, and the changes in Jack's life were evident. People began to look at him differently. His friends listened when he spoke, his family sought his advice, and his colleagues at work admired his dedication. Jack's life was transformed, not overnight, but through consistent effort and by applying the wisdom Master had shared. He had earned the respect he sought, not by changing who he was, but by changing how he valued and presented himself. And so, in a town where everyone knew each other's names, Jack became a name synonymous with respect, integrity, and wisdom. All it took were 5 simple, yet powerful, changes that turned his life around and made sure that no one could insult him ever again.